Of which the stormy weather may be over, but just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Can we have the music? We should have the music, shouldn't we? Thank you. It seems a great white shark is heading for British shores.
She's named Lydia. She's close to making history. She's becoming the first of its series to be, its species to be seen crossing from one side of the Atlantic to the other.
The 4.4-metre-long female is now around 1,000 miles from the coasts of County Cork and Cornwall, as Emma Blackburn reports.
Going under the boat.
She was found off the coast of Jacksonville in Florida last year. Lydia, the great white shark.
Come on up. Stop right there. Stop.
Researchers lifted the 4.4-metre-long female from the sea and attached her with a satellite tag. The tagging, which scientists say isn't painful, is part of a project to gather data on the movements, biology and health of sharks. And 1 year on, this is Lydia's journey. She's travelled more than 19,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean and is heading towards the UK. If she crosses the mid-Atlantic ridge, she'll become the first great white shark to be seen to cross one side of the Atlantic Ocean to the other.
Quite frankly, she's been driving me crazy swimming right up the mid-Atlantic ridge. I wish she'd just go over, or not. But every one of her pings up to this moment has been historic. So it'll just be a continuation of that journey and a real demonstration of how little we know and how much we're learning and how fast we're learning it.
Researchers don't know how close to the UK Lydia will swim or where she'll go on to afterwards.
Yeah, Lydia! Do your thing, big girl! She's coming back around, Brad!
But she'll continue to be tracked for several years, providing a new insight into the life of the great white shark. Emma Blackburn, BBC News.
Wonderful pictures. We're joined now by Lucy Handel, a marine biologist from Sea Life in Manchester.
Welcome.
Lucy, good morning to you. Welcome along this morning. We're excited. You're excited too, I guess.
Thrilled. It'd be such a fantastic thing to have an amazing species like this come into the UK. You know, it's really important for the ecosystem and to show that it is doing really well. We've seen a big incline in a lot of fish stocks recently, and the whole ecosystem. You know, we do a lot of seahorse surveys in Sea Life, and we've seen that there are an increasing population of things like that, and sea bass and cod are all on the increase. So, you know, there's the food available, so if the sharks can come in, you know, it'd be fabulous.
You say it'll be fabulous. OK, but there are a lot of people who are going to be watching thinking, OK, sun's shining at last. They want to pop down to the beach if it stays. I don't want to see a shark on the beach. I'm scared. Tell them why they shouldn't be.
Sharks really do have a bad reputation, and you know, we all know it's from that big blockbuster Jaws, but it is, as I said, they really are misunderstood. They're fascinating animals. You know, they really are an apex predator, and they have so many amazing features about them. They're just absolutely incredible, and I think that it would be, you know, a privilege for anyone to see those animals come into the UK. Attacks are very, very rare, and they're always through mistaken identity. You know, not to offend anyone, but apparently we don't taste very nice to sharks, so you know, that isn't going to be a problem. And for people going into UK waters, you know, the sharks very unlikely to come in very close to land, and I just think it would be a fantastic opportunity for people to see that they aren't scary and that they are just something to be marvelled at.
Tell us about why Lydia, first of all, and how you got hold of her, because she's a big woman.
She is a big shark.
We can see her being tagged. I think we've got some footage of it. Just explain how this happened, how you go about grabbing a shark and putting this huge tag on her.
Well, tagging, obviously with a shark this size, although she could actually go up to 6 metres, so although she's not juvenile, she's not quite fully grown yet. It can look a bit painful to people, but the actual dorsal fin of a shark is made of cartilage, so it's the same stuff as you get in your ears and your nose. So what we have to do, we either, depending on the species of shark and the size, you can use nets, and again that grade of net will depend on the size.
She wasn't hurt?
She wasn't hurt, and you can see from the footage where they're putting the tag in, she is very calm and she's remaining still. You have to be very careful that you're keeping the shark breathing. Most species have to keep moving to be able to breathe, so need the flow of water and oxygen going over their gills. And you'll see the pipe going into her mouth and flushing, you know, fresh water over her gills, just to make sure she's got lots of oxygen and she's nice and happy and healthy. And they've got her on a purpose-built platform there, which is again very good to support her weight in the water as well. they haven't taken her completely out of the water, which is good. As you see with some whales and things, that they have a large body mass. You need to keep that nice and supported.
And do you think this will be a happy hunting ground for her? Will she stick around, or might she swim back across to...
Well, we really hope that she'll stick around, and, you know, she'll come a bit closer in, and hopefully we can get a good British spirit and, you know, welcome her in. But the coastal conditions we have here do mirror places like South Africa and the feeding grounds. Yeah. Same water temperature. Sharks have an amazing ability to actually raise their core temperature as well. So if it does get a bit chillier, you know, using a way of heating their core temperature, they can raise that so they can carry on hunting in colder conditions. But there's not many differences between our coastal waters and places like South Africa and some areas of California as well. So hopefully she'll stick around and we'll start to see a lot more come in as well.
I've never known anyone to sell a shark so well. Well done, Lucy. And we are excited, and we are looking forward to seeing it. We absolutely are. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much indeed. Nice to see you this morning.